We're back again, isn't it?
Yeah.
So as probably you know, as per our session guidelines, we're doing 3 sessions back to back.
Yes.
One we have done just recently, the color wheels.
Yeah.
How did you go with it?
It's very interesting. I learned a lot of things from
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
You enjoyed it, isn't it? That
Yeah.
put you interest on how
Yeah.
you like,
Yeah.
how you wanted to be try hairdressing now.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
That's good to know. Good to
Yeah.
know. You grab few information for that.
Yes, yeah.
So, anyways, before we moving on to this session, we quickly rewind or review what we have done in a previous session.
Yeah.
And then do you know already about the emergency exit? I don't need to
Yeah.
explain again. But if you still feel like there will be an exit point on your left,
Yeah.
and then the water and stuff is on your right.
Yeah.
So if you need anything, you can let me know if you want to go.
Yeah.
And before we start another session, the next session we're going to talk about how we prepare clients for the color services.
Yeah.
And then what sort of steps and procedures we going to be used for them. But before that, let's go through what we have learned in our last session.
Yeah.
In last session, we have talked about who create the colors.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, it's a Isaac Newton.
Yeah, that's right. So in 1600 series, Isaac Newton, he has invented the colors,
Yeah.
and then he comes to how many color categories we are blessed with?
It's just 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Red.
it's red, blue, and yellow.
Yeah, that's right. So 3 primary color, we call primary color.
Colors.
And from primary color, they are just like they're based on the air, water, and
And the
fire.
fire, yeah.
And then it's from the light, from the sun. Yeah, so red, blue, and yellow.
Yeah.
All those 3 colors. And when we mix those 2 colors, what we create?
The next one is country, and after that we will get a charity.
That's
from
right,
it,
yeah. So when we do create the primary color, when we mix the primary together, we create the secondary color.
Yeah.
And when we create the secondary, from one secondary color and one primary color,
We get
create
the
the
territory.
territory color. That's right. And then we have learned in the previous session about how to do the color pigmentations.
Yeah.
And we talk about the level of the colors. How many levels are the color?
It's there 10 levels of the color, and it starts from the darkest color, it's black, and it will be slowly going to go like a
Perfect.
brown.
You are on the go.
You explained me very well. Yeah.
That's good. So with the darker to lighter, and they hold 3 underlying pigmentations.
Yeah, it's red,
Red,
orange, and then yellow.
Yeah, perfect. That's right. So that's what little color theory we have, how we work the colors.
Yeah.
And you know we got the color wheel.
Yeah.
So in the color wheel we talk about the one side, the primary and secondary mixed together
Yeah.
to create that color wheel, right? So today, as we said, from moving forward from this session, we're gonna do how we preparing a client and what we stuff needed to
Yeah.
prepare the client. So we will discuss about that. And before we all go further, just a couple of points you will learn from this session. The main focus of this session will be just how to prepare the clients quickly. The importance of what is a barrier cream. Sorry. And then as we said, starting in this session, we will cover client preparation
Yeah.
and the use of the barrier cream. And the main thing, if somebody does not have a colors before, what to do, you will learn how to do the patch test.
Yeah.
And then at the last, you will learn how we do which section the patch test work and what result come and what question we can give it to the client if they have any reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all about before we applying the colors, what important stuff we needed to make sure client is feel comfort and safe. I have attached a little video which I'll probably start a little bit for you to listen, and then on your email I will forward that email,
Yeah.
that video link, so you can watch it in your own time because we would not have that much time to watch it. But we will listen a little bit as we go. What is the importance of the cloth we having and all that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with the client, when the client come, the color client come in the salon, it's very important for us to make sure we prepare them, and we make sure prepare them in the right PPE, which we call, right? So every like in every other service area in hair salon, it's important to have the right PPE for the client's color services, as well as the person who is doing the colors. Make sure they are safe. They have no the colors goes into their skin. It can be dangerous for them, and some people are very sensitive. So we have to make sure we prepare people for right, and also it can stain the color marks on client's neck and everything. So you have to be very careful for that. I'm going to play a little bit about the video, and then from there we will discuss about that. Let me put the volume up.
Sanitize their hands frequently. This is the same for hair salons. They also need to wear personal protective equipment to stay safe.
This is a video lesson which teaches
That's right. So as you said, how important is the color section? Important to wear the PPE. I'm gonna skip a little bit of that.
accordance with the salon procedures. Provide appropriate clothing according to the desired time of service and size and build of the client. Advise client to remove all jewelry and
Make sure they have the right gown for the
under
size of the
hairdressing
client.
1, LO2. Client's
Sometimes it's
preparation.
important. The jewelry is also another important thing. Okay, so it's important to take any jewelry which is not safe while we do the color service, because sometimes people wear the expensive one. You can take them off, right? And for the color services, you have to have make sure you have towel, and then make sure you have a waterproof gown. So these product is important for you to do it. And then the second thing, what is important we have to do is we call barrier cream, right? But before we use the barrier cream, we need to make sure the client, the service they are going to have it, if they already have that color service, or if they have any erection for it. So for that, you have to always check with the client what service, if they have the color service before, and if they have not had the color service before in past, and if they are very sensitive to the colors, then we do a different type of patch test for that, and we will be doing that one today. So in that way you will be able to see how to do the patch test if we have to, and then if any we have to wait for it, and if any erection come, what to do, what protocol to follow. Mostly salon, as per salon policy, we of course, if any reaction negative come, we would not continue the service, and they have to seek other advice. But let's talk about a little bit. We're not going to go more for the colors and all that, but just simply we explain how two type of colors in salon we use. One is with the ammonia and one is without ammonia. So with the ammonia, of course, they're strong, and without the ammonia, they are a bit more gentle to people who are sensitive to their skins and stuff like that. We can always offer them the ammonia-free colors. So just in case if they want to still do it, right? And in this little video, let me play a little bit more, and in that video it will explain you how we
Might refer your establishment and preparing clients. Customer service plays a great role in getting your clients approval. When your clients are happy and satisfied with the service they receive, a lot of them might refer your establishment and services to their peers and colleagues, thus gaining their trust that may boost the popularity of your business. 1. Greetings and acknowledgement. 2. Provide comfort. 3.
we can let
Your should be focused. One should be able to rely on the types and sizes of protective equipment.
That's right. So once we do know the client how to prepare it, and then we make sure we use the waterproof cape.
Yeah.
There are two type of capes in salon. We have one for cutting cape we call. Another one is a waterproof cape. Waterproof cape is which normally the water does not go or any color does not go in the skins and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we always put the towel first, and then we put the gown on top
Yeah.
to make, and then we have another towel on top. That's how we prepare clients
Yeah.
for that. And let me have a look once again.
So I just have one question. Is there any difference between like if we get the ammonia and to getting the results applying ammonia and the other one is without ammonia, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
So is there any difference we getting like if we example apply the ammonia one, and is there any difference between to getting the result?
Yeah, definitely. The ammonia ones are, of course, they're stronger.
Yeah.
And then those strong chemicals will lift more.
Yeah.
Compared to less ammonia one, and they are normally semi-colors. But we'll talk more when we do the color application and
Yeah.
all that in our next session. But for today, I will be showing you. I'll bring the color frame, the barrier
Yeah.
frame, like that. 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay, so every salon has their own color protecting frame. The whole idea is to have the color protecting frame. It's just so then color does not go into the skin deeper, and then it also does not stain the marks. Because if we're doing a color application, if we're doing any regrowth or full color, so normally wherever the neckline is always the color stay
Yeah.
there. So they use here is a kind of Vaseline liquidy thing. So
Yeah.
there is a protecting cream. That's what they use in this salon, and that's what we're gonna be using on just applying on the client. And it's make sure they are all being dermatologist tested.
Yeah.
And just make sure it's safe to use and all the expiry date is checked and everything
Yeah.
on those things. It is important to know why we use those things.
Yeah.
As I quickly explained before, it's important because we don't want any stain on client's face.
Yeah.
We don't want client to walk out from this salon having a big lines and patches
Yeah.
on their skins, and sometimes they can be very sensitive to their skins. So if we don't use those barrier creams, they will give. Then we try to clean the colors just with normal towels and stuff,
Yeah.
and it stays there. It become a redder on people's hair, and they might have a reaction of it. So that's why it's important to know why we are using those barrier creams, why we are using those patch tested, because we want, end of the day is whole idea to give a service to the client.
Yes.
So they feel happy, they feel comfort, and they're happy to come back. So all those things we follow just to make sure they are comfortable.
Yeah.
And the same with the patch test. Test it's not many people do get wrong with those tests because those professional colors has been tested quite well with people and all that. But some people can be really sensitive, so we had to apply the patch tests just to make them comfortable. And that's another thing is need to know when all those things are we going to do. Of course, all those things we are doing before any color service.
Yeah.
So they are the first key to do the color service. So yeah, what do you think? Do you get any question on those ones before we move forward?
Not so far. It's all good.
So
Yeah.
far so good.
Yeah.
To get hang on to how we doing those things.
Yeah.
The third thing before I go, I'm gonna demonstrate. I'm gonna bring one of the girls here, and we
Yeah.
will just try to talk a bit more. The third thing we're gonna be make sure first is wearing the cloth right. Second, make sure they use the barrier cream in there, and then the third one is make sure check if they have any color history before, if they have any reaction from the colors, and all that you need to check. And fourth is once the color is applied, you need to clean any extra color um, to make sure there's no mark on it, or sometimes it can, if it's too close to this temple line, it can leak on it, can go onto the eye, so we don't want that. And I got in market different salons, we can use a cotton wool and water to clean around the skin, or there is a different product in salons where we can use wipes. I'll show you how the wipes are. So in every salon has different product. Here in Salon Express, this is what they use. This is called hair color remover, and they are wipes as well. So you can have a look. It's just as normal wipes, but they are designed. I don't know what's happened. So they just, once you got the color application, always use it on finger and try to clean around there. Make sure you clean around the ear and the neckline and everything. They are really good wipes to use for, so then the color will be done nicely. Okay? Yeah. And in different salons there could be different product, as I said, use it, but we have to check it what every salon's requirements are, and you have to go through the salon requirement. If they don't have the wipe facility, you can always use the cotton wool and then clean with the water and everything. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna call one of the staff here, and then we will do little demonstration to see how we will do the gowning up and what we do the patches and all that. Yeah. For the meantime, you can have a look. Okay, so we got Piper again today, and I'm gonna just, we'll be using her model, so it's up to you if you want to get up and come. We do a little bit of demonstration on what we're doing. Piper, you can have a look. Sit down. Okay, so with the clients when they come in, how are you? Thank you. That's how you just treat a little bit to the client and make sure they're aware of what you are going to do. You're just not going to go ahead and just touching them just right away. So just little acknowledge, and we are going to now using a water towel, and we use the proper waterproof cape for the color line, like this, to make sure she got the. Yeah, you can go ahead. And you can grab another towel. Yeah, right here back, the whole one. That's always another towel we use for the extra protection, just to make sure the color does not stain on her neck. Remember how we was talking about? And when we apply the colors, make sure we got the color. Yeah. And then in regards to barrier cream, we always have here in this little container thing. So then make sure you apply that barrier cream. To use those barrier creams, you make sure that the hairs are all nicely brushed back. Mind, Piper?
Go for it.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry, it might be one of the little ones. Don't be afraid to just rip it out.
You're too scared.
It's fine. She might need a brush.
Sorry, Piper.
That's alright. Don't stress, I can't even feel anything. Like I genuinely have not felt it.
And then we just make sure there's a trolley nice next to us, and then we can have that thing there, and we just brush back all client's hair or clip back, and then we apply the barrier cream. Yeah, so just clip them back, and with starting with that, we just make sure you're using. I'm not going to apply on Piper's hair. I'm just going to be pretending just to make sure it's right on the. Come here, have a look, because then you're going to apply. You know, we're not applying on where the hair start line is. We're just going to be applying away from it, just like away. So because if you put on here, the color won't cover. So then she will left with some gray hairs or any other color. So make sure you are applying away from it, like few centimeters away, a little bit. You wanna try that? Sorry.
That's it. Do not. You're fine.
Push the hair, and then yeah, you can go a little more further. Yeah, see how she got. Everybody has a different hairline. Thanks, Piper. Everybody has a different hairline. Some people have a bit more into that angle. Some people have it like a bit wider, like me. I got and then you just have to be not too far, because then you won't be covering it. So make sure you just push the hair a bit back, and then apply. Then apply to it.
Here.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, and then we're going all the way through,
Yeah.
all the way through the bottom, and we're doing it on the ear. On the ear there. Like here, see here, I should, yeah. There. Just a little bit of white on the ear.
Yeah.
Here on the top of here, like see this? Like just go there, and just make sure you do the neckline everywhere, neckline there, and then go there, and we just, because when we apply the color, see, majority of things come falls on there, so you just make sure feathering up those things there. So that's how we apply the barrier cream, and normally the barrier creams are pretty good. I'm just gonna clean Piper's skin.
It's good moisturizer.
Yeah.
I actually use Vaseline for moisturizer sometimes. So
Yeah, so that's how it works. And then the third one is important to know when we do the patch test. So how we are able to know if the client is. Again, we have to listen what the salon policy procedures are. Some salons will do patch test every client when they coming in. Majority of time they're not, right, Piper? Yeah, majority of time they're not. But if you have to do the patch test, you make sure you ask the client, like, Piper, have you had any color reaction before it? So always ask the client first.
never had before.
Never had before.
As far as I'm aware,
And you had the colors done all good?
yeah, every time I've had a colour done, everything's been fine, no reaction or anything.
Yeah. If client has no reaction and you happy with me to do the patch test or not?
More than happy.
Yeah. So see, if the client does have 3 different questions, you can always ask, how did you have the color done before?
Yeah.
And if you had it done, you had any reaction? And if they like a Piper, they said no, they don't. And then the third one will be, you will be asking them if they're happy for the patch test, because patch test gonna leave them for at least 15-20 minutes. So some people, if they are in a hurry, they don't. But then majority of time, if there's a client first time, it's your job to do the patch test. So I got something for you. So that's a little color I have mixed in along with the peroxide to do the patch test. And the patch test, 2 ways we do the patch test. One, it will be behind the ear, and second, we do it on the elbow. Why is that? Because they are the sensitive part of their body. So if any reaction will come, it will come quicker than what we need. So always behind the client's hair, like behind there, or ask client if they can okay for us to do there. Majority of time, clients prefer there because if it's stain, it's not noticeable. Some clients prefer there. Piper, where would you like to?
If you'd like to do both, do both. Whatever you recommend.
That's good. She's an angel. So you can choose one. You want to try the patch test? Sure.
I think
everything we do behind the ear. We have
Yeah.
to be nice to Piper. So you make sure again hold the hair and yeah, just clip it away everything. Nothing will hold and just grab behind there and just a little color. That's it. And that's it.
That's it.
That's it. And if somebody wants in the middle, then you will be doing that. But that's it. And let Piper know I have done the patch test, and it will take up to 15-20 minutes. And then for the meantime, we can wait for it. And in couple of minutes, if anybody has a reaction, they can start seeing. They will start feeling hot, or they will start feeling itchy, or anything like that. Then you will be quickly taking the wipes off and then cleaning like that. Yeah. That's how we do the patch test. Do you have any question with the patch test? Yeah. Yeah. You think it's pretty easy, isn't it?
Pretty, yeah.
And the barrier cream, do you have any question with that?
It's easy to apply and just a test on the track. It's
Yeah.
pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. All right, then you want to clean Piper's ear? Like, of course we have to wait it, but today with the Piper, she has no traction on it, and that's how we just wipe it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get clean up.
And then you can get Piper. She can take the gown and everything.
Just undo your mouth.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Piper, for
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. Now we're gonna before we finishing up the session, I have a little questionnaire for you to do to see how much we can understand.
Yeah.
I'll give you a couple of minutes to quickly see if you have any question, and we go through together.
Yeah, thank you. It's pretty good.
Are we going good?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
let's, how do you go? Finish off?
Yeah, nearly
Yeah,
finished.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we can. I'm happy to go through with you,
Yeah.
just so then we know what we have discussed.
Yeah.
Let's start with the quick one. How did you know what's the importance of wearing a PPE?
Yeah. So it's like we're gonna use the gown, and if we're gonna wash the hairs and water will not going
Yeah,
through in the
and just so
skin.
then the skin doesn't
Doesn't-
cover there, and then we do why we use the skin barrier cream, and this is for prevention of infection. That's right, and what we need for the tools and stuff.
Yeah. For color application.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna use firstly comb the hairs if it's open, then we're gonna clip it, and then we have to apply the cream or
yeah,
the patch
that's right.
underneath. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, and then the patch test, as you know.
It's there are two parts we can apply the patch. One is elbow and the other one is under ear. So
Yeah.
they are the both sensitive
Yeah.
parts we can test it on.
Yeah, that's right. So that's all we have covered for this session. We will be quickly talking back what we have learned. We have quickly learned about the PPE, how important they are to wear it on client's hair. Before we do anything, we make sure we do the patch test on client's hair before we go for any color services, and then of course don't forget the protecting cream and cleaning the any extra to avoid anything on it. Is there anything else I can help you with? You happy with the session?
Yeah, I'm very happy.
Yeah, anything you would like to know?
I think it's pretty good. Thank
Yeah,
you.
okay. Before we go, I'm gonna give you again that's a little feedback for this session to see how we have done.
Yeah.
And then before we go, that's your copy.
Yeah.
And before we go for finishing up this session, I'll let you know another session will be happening for the color application soon. And I'll give you, let's go for a little break and come back
Sure.
for the final session. All right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
No worries. Bye.